Okay, so it's time for our next, the second video for the final exam. Second review video. The other one was a little shorter than I wanted, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. Bringing down the paper a little bit is my preference, if it will cooperate. Yeah. Okay, good enough. Up here, this is 20 final review. Obviously M105 review. This is B. Let's get right to it. We can put a lot on this video because these are pointers to the videos that you need. Okay, so we finished 5 in the previous video. Let's go to problem number 6. Problem number 6 is find, it'll give you some sort of graph, much nicer than mine as usual. It goes around and this and that. And then it says, go find f of 3. F of 3, and they want that would be the x coordinate is 3, and they go say, okay, if let's 3 is around here, well, what is the y coordinate? Looks like it's like -2, right? But you can go see, obviously, I'm ready for for you to visit a video which will do a problem like this. Exam 2, review C, problem number 11 for a problem like this. There we go, 7. Now, 7 is something I have to do together with you right here on the video. 7 is something that's not on a previous video. You've got to see this here. So, here's the function they give you. F of x equals -6x minus 13. And they divided by 2x plus 1. That's the function. And here's what they ask for. Here's their question. They ask for the vertical asymptotes. That's what number. That's A. Let's call that A. I don't know if they call it A or not, but let's call that A. And B. Let's call what they want B is the horizontal asymptotes. Horizontal asymptotes. Okay, so how do you do that? This you haven't seen before. So let's do this together. First of all, this is related to video number 76 and 77, right? So it's not as if there's no videos about this. There's a video 76 and video 77 about this very topic. Even so, I want to do this together with you. All right, this is one of the exceptions. So to get the vertical asymptotes, I'm going to just say V point A, and here's our scrap paper. Here's our scrap paper, right? Here's the videos to go look for. Right, just like you can see those videos for number 6. You can see these videos for number 7. But I'm doing it together with you. We're going to scrap paper. We're working on the vertical asymptotes first. Okay, what do? Take the denominator, 2x plus 1, make it equal to 0. Okay, solve. Let me bring up the paper. I don't want this to cause us a problem that you can't see what I'm doing. Okay, -1 on both sides, because we've got to solve for x. We're taking the denominator, we're solving for x. It's nothing that we don't know how to do. 2x is equal to -1. Solve for x, divide by 2 on both sides. And there you have it. The vertical asymptote, there's only one of them. The answer is x equals -1/2. Okay, now these are all answers. All answers, let's say that we'll put them over here. Our answers. And the rest of the space I can use for scrap paper. So now, What about the horizontal asymptotes? You have to see video 76 and 77. We'll probably see it together in class, but these are important videos. In any case, what about the horizontal asymptote? So I'll call it H point A, horizontal asymptote. What you do is you take the coefficient of the x, the largest x, there's only one. You can take the coefficient of the x in the numerator, which is -6. Take the coefficient of the x in the denominator, the largest x in the denominator, and since it's a tie, the main thing is that it's a tie. X and x is a tie. This doesn't say x to the fifth and this say x to the third, or this x to the third and x to the fifth, because it would be different in those cases. We have to see video 76 and 77. But in this particular situation, where it's a tie, you take the top coefficient, the bottom coefficient, and clean it up, right? Simplify it. So it says this is going, and call it y. The horizontal asymptote will always be a y. It's going to be a vertical. It's going to be a horizontal line. So it's always going to be a y, and the vertical asymptote will always be an x. It's always going to be a vertical line. So y is equal to -6/2, which is equal to -3, and that's the answer you give. Y is equal to -3, and this problem is surprisingly over. Vertical asymptotes will always be x because they're always going to be vertical lines. Horizontal asymptotes will always be y because they're always going to be horizontal lines. All right, there's a little bit more to the subject, which is video 76 and 77 takes care of, but for this problem, that's all that's needed. Okay, this paper has been used up. Let's go up there and close it. We say no to this. We come down here and we call for another piece of paper. Okay. All right, so we've done number 7. Number 8 is another one that I've got to do together with you. Problem number 8. We've done a problem like this, but there was a problem on the exam 3 where something wasn't clear, and I gave points for it. I didn't take off for it, so you don't have to worry about that part, about losing because of it. But now I want to clear it up. Number 8. Let's say they give you a graph of h. Right? They call the function h. And they give you a graph, and I'll try to do this a little bit better of a job. I want to go -4 on this one, -1, -2, -3, -4. I want to go up 3, 1, 2, and 3. I want to go to the right 3, 1, 2, and 3. And I want to go down 3 also, -1, -2, -3. Okay, and now I want to draw my graph. So there's a point over here, which is the point it's across from -2 and it's beneath -4. So it's over here, and it keeps going down from that point. But I'm slowly putting my graph together. Then there's a point over here, which is -2 and -3 here. Here's where it's supposed to be. So my graph dips down over here. Then there is a point at 3, 0, 0,3 to be exact. And it dips up. It dips up. They're not supposed to be straight lines. It's supposed to be a little bit curvy, but I'm not getting that right. And then it dips down over here. Another point. Then it curves back up and goes on there forever. And here goes down here forever, etc. Okay, so this is what we had on the test, and because of a mix-up there, I did not take off points for half of that. You'll see in a second. Hold on. All local minimums give, or whatever, give. All local minimum values of h. Okay, that's what it wants. All right, so I'm going to put the answer right near there. B, second thing it wants, all values at which And here's where I kept striving and telling you how it has to be at which H has a local minimum. I kept telling you that it wants a total point. It doesn't, in Alex, they don't want a total point. I'll explain in a second, but it's nothing complicated. Has a local minimum. Has a local, all there is which H has a local minimum. Okay, so what are minimums? I can tell you where the minimums are here. Here's where it dips to a minimum, and here's where it dips to a minimum. Okay, so what's the value? Well, when this problem was the same, this we got right. We did it right when we did it in class. The values, how high does this go? This doesn't go any further than -3. That's how high it goes, right? Up and down, how high is it? -3. What about this other minimum? How high is it on the y-axis, right? The y-axis and the x-axis. How high is it? It is 0. That's how high it is. That's it. Those are the values. Now, it doesn't want a total point over here, like I kept harping. Not Alex. Alex just wants you, when it says value which H has a local minimum, it just wants the x-coordinate of where the minimum is. So this is one of the minimums, -3. What's its x-coordinate? -2, right? It's beneath the -2. And what's the x-coordinate of this one? The x-coordinate of this one, where it's at 0, where the height is, it's a minimum, it's at 0. What's the x-coordinate? The x-coordinate is 1, 2, 3. So that's the other x-coordinate. And that's what they want out of you. They don't want pure points. That's what the mix-up on Alex was. That's why I had to do this problem here. And that's it. Problem over. We go to 9. Okay, this one is a pretty straightforward one. Straightforward one, an old one. 5/14. Power to a power. You multiply the 2 times 5/14, which would be 10/14, and then you simplify. That's all there is to it. In any case, you want more details? Go to exam 1, right? Way back to exam 1, review D, problem number 16. Problem number 16. What did I do here? Problem number 16. Okay, let's go to number 10. Let me pick up the paper. Try to avoid situations where you can't see what I'm doing. Number 10. Here we go. What does it look like? There's 2 parts to it. A, square root of -5 times square root of -20. B, square root of -60 over square root of 10. And where can you find this? Exam 1, way back there, review B. Which problem? Number 7. Let's go to 11. The problem is 6v squared plus 18v equals 0. They want you to solve it. That means factor it, get the GCF out, set both, go to the 2t formation, set both to 0. Solve this. Okay, where can you find this? A problem just like this, exam 1. Review number C. And problem number 12. Let's end this video. Don't want to lose anything about this video. There we go, and we'll go to another one.